Me, 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 me. Well, it's obvious that I'm no triple threat, but these kids right here, they are the future of Broadway, and they are homegrown, ready to rock the stage. From Bowie, I'm Bryce Parker, CTV News. Nowadays, a mail carrier can drop off your package from the distribution center to your doorstep almost instantly. But just as fast as your package is getting dropped off, a porch pirate can come and steal your package who has been waiting for the perfect opportunity. So Mariah, behind me is Chelsea Woods condominiums, and if you think the temperatures have been frigid outside, imagine experiencing those same temperatures when you travel inside of your apartment. That's what residents are saying they have been experiencing for the past 2 months, where the heat has not been on since mid-November due to multiple pipes bursting in the complex. So the kids at this camp got to learn 9 different sports, but it's not just what they're learning on the court or on the field, but it's also preparing them for the races that life has ahead. Say it, go. That's right, Mariah. Thousands of screaming fans were here yesterday praying for a miracle at the end of the game against the Chicago Bears, and their prayer was answered. Jaden Daniels, with a Hail Mary from the opposite side of the field, lands in the waiting hands of Noah Brown as time expires, spoiling the homecoming of fellow rookie quarterback and DMV native Caleb Williams. After years of anticipation, the 2024 election is finally here, and here at the First Baptist Church of Glenarden, people have been coming in and outside since about 7 a.m., excited to have their voices finally heard in this historic election.
I just think it was important, especially for young people. You know, this is my first election that I'm actually voting in, and I felt like as a nation, we've kind of grown out of that idea like, oh, whatever happens, happens. Like, that's why I felt like it was important to come today. I actually am SGA at my school, Towson University, so I just felt like it was so important, especially for younger people, to come out and vote.
Because we need to make sure this country's going in the right direction. You know, keep pushing things along and just getting the process going in a better way.
We want freedom. We want reproductive freedom, and we're tired of racism against black community. That's why I voted today.
And honestly, it's not even about like who you vote for. It's just more about getting your voice heard, because I feel like the days of just saying like, oh, I'm tired of this and tired of this and not doing nothing is over. So I felt like I needed to be a part of the change and start, you know, looking towards the better solution.
I wanted to help her vote for the new president of the United States. What her best decision was to make for keep our country safe and help our country in need and vote the best president possible.
Polls close at 8 p.m. and because Maryland is a state that does start counting their early voting numbers, we should expect some sort of picture of who is in the lead shortly after 8 p.m. Reporting from Kettering, I'm Bryce Parker, CTV News. We are now 5 days out from Christmas, and December 20th marks the beginning of the busiest travel period of the year.
There's nothing wrong with coming through, making it through, and just chilling at your gate.
We want to make sure the traveling public is aware as well to be prepared to come to the airports, because it is going to be a travel period that's going to be very heavy.
BWI Thurgood Marshall Airport is expecting to see a 15% increase in travelers this holiday season. So if that's your airport of choice,
think ahead, and you're going to save yourself a lot of trouble. You'll be sitting at your seat chilling while everybody else is getting hung up by TSA. We don't want to stop you. Honestly, that's a lot of work. We'd like to just wave at you and keep you going, basically. But certain things we will have to stop.
Pourable and spreadable liquids over 3.4 ounces need to be in a checked bag, not your carry-on. But what about holiday treats?
Just make sure if you're coming through the checkpoints in your carry-on bag that the food is a solid, such as cakes, cookies, and pies.
Ooh. So now that we know that Grandma's fruitcake is safe, what do I do with my kid's brand new toy set?
So we ask that you don't wrap your gifts. We encourage that you don't wrap them. Maybe put them in a gift bag or a gift box, because if our officers have an alarm or if they have to do a secondary screening on your bag, we're going to have to open up that package. So if you wrapped it, we're going to ruin your packaging there.
And make sure you're not traveling with gifts that are prohibited, such as tools and weapons. TSA will become the Grinch and steal your presents.
Year to date at Baltimore, we are currently at 46 firearms that our officers detected. 43 of those firearms were loaded coming through their carry-ons in the checkpoint. So we really want to get the traveling public to understand that that is strictly prohibited.
Now, if you would like to travel with your firearm, you must declare it first with your airline. Make sure it's unloaded and in a secure, locked box. And there's something I'm forgetting.
On the right day of Christmas, yes, it's said to be none but the council.
As winter travel approaches, we have to make sure that we are ready for the winter weather that comes with it. So flights could get delayed or canceled. So make sure that you have a plan B so you do not miss any winter celebrations with your family. In BWI Airport, I'm Bryce Parker, CTV News.
We like to create what we call emotional souvenirs. You know, when a family can come up here and 10 years later say, God, remember when we went to Gaylord National and saw that really cool Peanuts ice exhibit? That's what we're trying to go for, and I think we hit the ball out of the park this year.
Christmas at Gaylord National has finally arrived this season, filled with holiday-themed activities for all to enjoy.
Christmas at Gaylord National is the premier destination for the holidays in the DMV region and even beyond, right? You're never going to get another place that's like this for Christmas. And if you live close enough to drive or even take a small family trip for the weekend, this is the place to go.
You can build a gingerbread house, you can tube down a mountain, you can have story time with Mrs. Claus, get a picture with Santa. There's so many things to do. You know, our catchphrase is so much Christmas.
In addition to Christmas Village, Gaylord National offers 2 shows to its visitors. But when you ask, what's the main event?
It's got to be ice. Ice is absolutely the centerpiece of what we do here.
We bring in 37 carvers from Harbin, China. They spend 33 days carving this show. It takes 6,300-pound blocks of ice. It's about 2 million pounds of ice to come and carve this show every year.
And this year's theme is a childhood favorite that carries all the nostalgia.
The Charlie Brown Christmas Special is what it is. And we've got 12 scenes from that show. And you can see all of the highlights of the show. You can see Charlie Brown ice skating. You can see them at the psychiatric. And then in the center of the show, we have a 2-story slide room. That is the scene where they're doing the rehearsal for the play. And then at the very end, we also have the full nativity scene that's always a highlight every year.
Whether you want this to be an experience as a date night or a family outing, this is an experience that you can have frozen in time. Reporting from the National Harbor, I'm Bryce Parker, CTV News.
It's a good day to be a great day to experience the Kayak Takeover.
It's a great day to be at Tyack Elementary School Eagle, as the Cal Ripken Senior Foundation, in partnership with Exelon, have finally opened up the Tyack STEM Center.
The partnership between Exelon and the Cal Ripken Foundation is all about immersion in STEM. And when you think about all these children here, this exposure is what's really going to open their minds and their hearts to the technology, and then they can go on to do really big things.
This moment marks not just an opening of a STEM lab, but it marks the transformation of our journey for our students, our parents, and our entire community.
The excitement surrounding the ribbon-cutting ceremony is just part of the Ripken Foundation's $3 million project that will bring 81 STEM centers to schools nationwide. And even the students are pumped up for the opportunity.
I love science, technology, and I love math and engineering, and I wish that I could use technology a lot more in the future. So my excitement is so much better than Dr. Wright.
Minorities make up less than a quarter of the STEM workforce, so bringing a program like this to Tyack is a bridge for students to be accepted to middle and high school STEM programs while also pushing them to dream big.
Yeah, you can't be what you can't see. So the first thing is to be able to see it, to be able to touch it, and now the mind starts to have a vision of something it can do.
With today's grand opening at Tyack Elementary School, Tyack now joins the other 560 other STEM programs that allow children access to state-of-the-art technology and hands-on experience in STEM. Reporting from Fort Washington, I'm Bryce Parker, CTV News.